Thank you, Kara. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being out here, being part of the great city's response to this big challenge. And I know what Kara was talking about. I was one of those frustrated people as well, watching everything on television. But I do enjoy these days when, in fact, this is the 65th, 65 times we've brought hundreds, if not thousands of people together to make sure that we're helping folks touch the services that we want to have. We have today over 150 different services that if we didn't come together, people might not be able to get the support. We are and will always be a city of love in San Francisco. And you're demonstrating this. Yes. Thank you. You're demonstrating this. And some people, frustrations are because they just want the issue to go away. It's not going away. Economic inequality is not going away. Discrimination is not going away. It takes people like you to work with us to resolve them every single day. And so today we're demonstrating, and I want to just thank you to all of the different companies, the individual volunteers who are coming together. There are so many of you. I know somebody's going to name all of the names of all the different wonderful companies that you represent. I just want to personally say thank you for coming together again 65 times. Now we're doing our part as well. Some people say, what are you doing spending $267 million a year on homelessness and we still see so much challenges? Well, it's expensive to live in this great city. And we don't want people to live on the streets. We don't want to see needles on the streets. Yet again, we do it the way we are compassionate about it. We are humanly compassionate about how we solve this problem. And so in the next few months, we have 3 more supportive housing buildings opening up in San Francisco. 3 more added that will be dozens, hundreds of units so that people will have the housing with the supportive services. In February, we'll open up In February, we'll be opening up the newest navigation center. Everybody know what a navigation center is? All right, let me explain. Everybody understands what shelters have been, right? Hey, get in, get out, get in, get out. That's what shelters have been. When I came to be mayor, I said that's not good enough to have people come into shelter briefly and then kick them out at 8 a.m., bring them in at 4, kick them out at 8, and without much service or support. So what we introduced was a center called the Navigation Center, helping people navigate to permanent housing. We opened up the very first one at 16th and Mission Street for 75 people. It's a 24/7 operation. People have the meals that they need to have, all the services they have. They can kind of get back into the spirit of how to sleep at night. A lot of homeless people sleep in the daytime because of all the dangers that occur on the streets. So we're getting them back into the habit of living in their own units. And over probably usually about 2 to 3 weeks, people then have individual case management that helps them navigate to permanent housing. This is what we do now as the new model. It has now become the national model. Seattle, Portland, Los Angeles have all come in, and they said we need to have these navigation centers rather than temporary shelters that offer really no pathway to permanent housing. So when we build and when we rehab the permanent housing, we use these navigation centers to get people prepared so that they can stay into their units and have all the support that they need. So we need more navigation centers. The next one thank you. And this is our best practice understanding of what really works to change people's lives. Because if you do encounter, and you will encounter them today, people who have been on the street sometimes for many years, a lot of phobias, a lot of mistrust, a lot of habits and behaviors that are going to be very challenging for them. Even if we had a unit ready for them, they might not be able or ready to accept it. So the navigation centers we're doing, the next one that we have we're able to work this out with the Port of San Francisco, and they have provided us with an area near the dog patch. We worked it out with the immediate neighborhoods who are now embracing it so that they welcome in a 70-person navigation center on 25th Street in the dog patch that will be ready for operation in February. That again, 24/7. We have another site that we're working on with Salvation Army as well. So we're taking care of business. I want to say this is a new approach. We have to be patient, but we also have to be right. We're not going to move people from one corner to another corner. That's not what San Francisco does. And we have a new department, a department on homelessness and supportive housing. Jeff Kaczynski, who used to work at Hamilton Family Shelter, is now the director of this operation, this whole new department. We've consolidated the services of over 5 different departments to place it in the one dedicated department. Now, just like every day, I get to work with 120 people in this one department who every day come to work and say to me and to themselves and everybody they touch, I get to end homelessness for one person every single day. That makes me feel great. Doesn't that make you feel great? So we have the navigation centers, we have the new housing coming aboard. We also will have, and we are having, an encampment resolution team. This is Jeff's idea. An encampment resolution team. What does it do? Well, it implements this practice that we don't want people to live on our streets. And how do we do it? We are clearing out the encampments, and the past month we've been very focused in the Mission area from 16th all the way to 19th Street. We seem to have a very strong presence of encampments there. And we're helping people de-encamp. And we're doing it, again, in a way in which we will help them clear those encampments, but at the same time bring them in. In fact, the first 2 weeks, as we got people ready, we're able to bring in 35 people into permanent housing through the navigation centers and de-encamp those areas. When we de-encamp, that means no more needles on that street, no more people shooting up, laying across the street in the midday. And we're trying to do this in a way in which we can also take them in on a permanent basis, give them the health support that they need. So I want to say again, thank you to all of you. I want to give you a sense of what we're doing. It is still working with public health, with our human services, with our social services, as well as our new department on housing our homeless. And we work together with our police department so we don't criminalize homelessness. We're just trying to make sure we do it all the right way so that when you do your work today, you'll know there's thousands of other people that are helping you and helping us figure this out permanently and ending homelessness for as many people as we can touch. Thank you for coming together for 65th Project Homeless Connect, and we'll be there working hard to make sure we do it the right way, the human way, the San Francisco way. Thank you very much.